Alright, good morning everyone, it's Gareth from Whatchamacallit Gaming. Once again, here we are with the next episode of Captains of Industry. Now, on the last episode we pretty much did all the Tier 1 tech upgrades. So basically all the stuff here from Tier 1, we have unlocked it, we've completed the research, we're now starting our Tier 2 research and we're starting to move to our Tier 2 upgrades. Okay, that's on number 7. Alright, sorry, I was just checking what number my storage upgrade was. Okay, so first things first, we activate our Captains of Cheats, and we just want to go to Generate and add Unity. I did click that correct, right? Okay, we're just going to have to give it a chance to take over. This is minus 1.89 per month, and it's still showing that. Alright, let's just do that, oops, wrong button, 100. Okay, no, it just took a minute to calculate. Okay, so I'm doing this. So we don't need a lot of Unity, we just need enough. Alright, settlement is fine, population, plenty of space still at 140. Okay, so what's our new technology available? Air separator, coal boiler, we're going to have to use that, ground pump. We're running water, okay, we'll use the storage tank trick. Basically this, where it gives us unlimited material. Now the next step basically for us is to upgrade our fuel production. But the thing about Captains of Industry, as you can actually see right here, these are all full. So this production has ceased completely. We're no longer making anything. This is still running, but that's just to fill it up here. It's not actually making anything. Okay, and this, okay, brine, water, and water. Okay, that's basic distillery has just been researched and biofuels been researched. So, when we move to the next stage of production, as you can see, we're going to make medium oil, heavy oil, and sour water. Now, we need that for Tier 3 tech, but we don't need it now. We can use it to break it down further, we can break it down further in the cracking plant to make more fuel and rubber, but we don't need it right now. And that's where the hiccup is coming in. I know one of these can make sulfur. Let me just check the, I know there was a help book, I just gotta try and remember where to find it. That's menu, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know it pops up with the research, but I've been forgetting where it is. That's the research menu. Where did the help book go? Let's just go to the message center. Okay, that's just messages. I know there was a help book that gave you formulas and stuff, but I've forgotten where it is. So, oops. Let's just go for it. If I click here, sulfur. Where was it again? Because we got it from manufacturing city, I just don't remember it. Bah. Let me just pause this and figure this out again. Sorry. Okay, that was really me having a flippant blonde moment. As with anything, if you're ever in trouble, F1. I mean, come on. Total blonde moment there for me. F1 is like the most basic help request that you could possibly ask for. Now then, sulfur is not yet available. We've got slag. Oh, there it is. Sulfur. Sour water processing plant and exhaust scrubber. You can also use it in production. And that's where we get ammonia and then CO2 carbon dioxide production. Okay, but I don't think we've researched sour water stripper yet. So we can't actually make sulfur. We've got the recipe to make the next stuff for sulfur, rubber, but we can't actually make sulfur. Okay. Steam plus crude oil. And this is steam high and steam high. We're not going to worry about that. And then the cracking plant. We don't need that either. So for now we're going to upgrade our distillation program and then it'll produce sour water. Okay. Now, where can we siphon gasoline from? Sorry, crude oil, because I don't want to take from this production cycle because, well, it's already set up. Later on we'll be converting the wastewater into something else, but so for now I want to take directly from fuel and then we'll build a port here to run fuel, to run extra crude oil when we need it. But right now we don't need that. Steam in, fuel out. So we got 3 outs and 2 ins, so I want to leave some space. pressure steam in. So we want to, oops, I'm doing this backwards. There we go. Let me just pause. Probably going to have to rearrange this quite a bit. Okay. One pipe. Yeah, because this pipe and this pipe will run straight and to storage. Because I can't remember, no, it's only used here. This will run to storage. We'll take the fuel and we'll take the high pressure steam in. But to produce high pressure steam we need water and we need coal. Which should be here under the power plant system, because that takes high steam and produces that. Now where was it again? Okay, that just burns off waste resources. That makes fertilizer. Well, helps to make fertilizer. Where was it again for the distillation plant? Yeah, I just gotta remember, because I thought it was under electricity, but it's not. It must be underwater. Coal and water, and this is a seawater pump, but we don't have the production technology to convert seawater into anything yet. Later on we will have it, but not right now. How much does this produce? It produces 8 steam. If I click here, it needs 3 steam, so we're going to need quite a few of these. Okay. How do I want to do this? Because I'm kind of pitting myself against the coastline here. And that's not what I want to do. Because we're going to run crude. We're going to try and run coal, which we can run here. So I think... Oops. Okay. Yeah, it's my own fault. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, we're gonna run. So let's move this up a bit. It doesn't matter if we take a bit more space. This map is huge. We've got plenty of room to build whatever we want to build and do what we want to do. Expand it this way. Okay. Run that one up, so I am too close. Alright. It's like block 4 blocks, I think it was. I keep forgetting to just get the right distance so that it drops properly. Because now my piping is also in the way, so I'm gonna have to just move the piping as well. It's 3 or 4 blocks. I keep forgetting exactly the total distance required to get neat conveyor belt setups. Unfortunately, sometimes you don't have a choice, and spacing is just, it's too small, you can't fit anything. How do I want to do this? Just a standard smokestack should work fine. I don't even know if this is actually going to still produce enough of what we need. It might. Then I'm also cutting off access to this section completely. There's not enough space to build an over-ramp here for ground vehicles. Damn it. But they can still gain access to the material there, so that shouldn't be a problem. Coal supply done. Now then, I think what I would like to do is actually rig up another set of tanks just for the crude oil, so that we can stockpile crude oil before pumping it into the necessary station. Okay, hang on a minute. I'll figure that out once I put the steam in. And then I want to store the wastewater because we're going to use it. I want to store all this material, goes straight. Store fuel, I want to store the other material as well. Okay, so first things first. Let's run the low pipe for steam. Figure out exactly how I want to. Okay, we have unlimited coal production, so, well, unlimited coal stored here, simply because, at least for the moment, it's just such a long trip for these vehicles to make any kind of delivery date. Okay, we want to run. Okay, yeah, we can split this. We don't have to run 2 and 2, so. Take this. Oops. Fit? Or am I too close? I think I'm way, way too close. Why won't you connect? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Looks like it's way too close for that pipe. That one seems to make the jump just fine, but... Alright, let's just do this crappily. That's a bit weird to me, but so be it. Still gotta run the main pipe. Yeah, that looks terrible. But, oh well. The hiccup I had is I separated all these tanks. So each of these tanks is supplying a single structure. So I need to join these tanks' connection here. Can I siphon it directly this way? That may not be such a bad option. These are stage 2 pipes, right? Yeah. I don't know if this is going to work due to the omnidirectional nature of these piping. Just, yeah, 'cause one is flowing this way and one is flowing that way, and if I steal fuel from here to here, let's just try and see if it does anything. Should let me do it. Oops. Should let me take fuel directly from the source, and then later on when these are basically empty, I can just run from a shipyard right in here, and it should run it to everything. From a dock facility, and then run it to everything. I still need more high pressure steam here, but I can siphon it off here and run it there. I'm gonna have to move these buildings. I'm going to need quite a bit of space to run all this piping. So let's just run the obvious piping first. I don't know if we're going to need this stuff later. I can always siphon off if we need. We can just connect these pipes or something. I'm not sure how I'll do it. Now then, this is waste, but we're going to need it. So I need to run that off. And we're going to need this, and then I'll run steam. So the first step for me is to run off a waste pipe. Okay. I don't know why it wants to run like that. Alright. Don't need that bit of piping at all. Now then, storage tanks. We can always reorganize that later, so we can run storage tanks here, and we'll run more over here. Can we not just take directly from the siphon source? Looks a bit odd, but doubles the flow rate, so it's not going to be a problem. We'll worry about truck export later. Now it's steam. I'm going to run steam into these pipes. Really don't think I'm making enough steam at this rate, because it's all high pressure steam that we need. And while this will run just fine, you know what? Luckily, that That's what makes this thing so nice. We can just... And why I prefer building stuff like this, because you can just extend it as required. That should help, but the pipe's probably not going to carry enough. But it doesn't matter. This pipe, I should have kept the one pipe high. We can't just hop over and go straight there. We're going to have to siphon here at the source. Check, because that direction is probably wrong. I'll swap it now, but I think that direction may be incorrect. Alright. So now we're going to be making extra fuel. Oh, right. Before I forget, I'm going to wonder why the heck nothing is being built. What do we want to run first? Short on everything again. Crude seems to be flowing just fine here, and is it flowing here as well? Yes, it is. No, I didn't forget something, I just haven't cheated it in, my bad. Good. Here we go. I got tree. Yeah, well, we're short of wood anyway. So let's just keep demolishing this section for now. Out of wood, we can't make everything. Is it really that this is now empty? Nuts. Okay, well that's fine. We don't need these structures anymore anyway. Power generation, dismiss, burner, edicts, Mark II. That we need. I forgot. I haven't activated. We don't need food consumption. Water saver can come in useful. Maintenance are not unlocked. Farming boost is always welcome. I think I have upgraded the structure. Yep, maxed out on repair. I was under the impression these things would make scrap eventually. Maybe it's the next tier that they make scrap and they changed it and I just forgot because it's been a while since I last played this game. Okay, fuel is now up and running, and we're stockpiling it. Perfect. Because we're going to need all this stuff eventually. So I'd rather just make and stockpile than wait later when we don't have the opportunity to stockpile the resources anymore. Okay, what's next here? What do we want to do next? We need to upgrade our power supply because right now we're running entirely on diesel generators. We don't have oil burners yet, do we? No, it looks like we only have the coal burners. Okay, we're working on organic fertilizer. So our next step is basically upgrading our power generation. We'll keep these as backups just in case things screw up, which does happen. But in reality, what we want to now do is power generation. Can we just siphon right off? Yeah, we could duplicate this, siphon this right off, and build a power generator right here. So by pure dumb luck, this has worked out for us in this case. But is there enough room here? Because these things stand lengthwise, so I'm just going to have to move it down a little bit to give room for vehicles to get past. Just pause. Fortunately, because I need to give room to make sure that the trucks can get in here, even if we build this way, so there's a gap, so they can get to the the rubber. Slight hiccup here with siphoning of water. Mistake. That one is fine, this one's not. This one must run. Okay, that'll solve water supply, and then we have high pressure steam. Let's just delete that. Let's go to our electrical generation. Now this needs 500 mechanical power. This produces 1 megawatt, so that's 1,000,000, and this needs 500. So it's like 5, I think, if memory serves. Start with 5 and see if that works, because I honestly can't remember exactly. Because I think 1 megawatt is 1,000,000 and 500 kilowatts is 500. But that doesn't sound right, because I always was under the assumption it was about 5 roughly you could fit. 500 kilowatts, and this generates 1,000,000 megawatts. I would say it could take a hell of a lot, because kilowatts, so you need 1,000,000 megawatts and you need a, basically, yeah, okay, math, as I said, not really my strong point here. Right, how do I want to run these pipes? Because these pipes are simple. These pipes just go straight in the pot. Bugger. Yeah, yeah, this is not going to work because these pipes are all going that way. So while this looks nice and fancy, I'm losing out on almost, what, at least 2 coal power plants, coal steam generators worth of, coal boilers worth of steam. So I actually have to run another line, like so, and then connect from that line so I can keep all the power from all the coal burners from working. Sorry, to utilize all the power, all the steam generated by the coal burners. And I want to keep this low pressure steam. I want to at least link it together because later you can use it to generate low pressure power or medium pressure steam, whatever the heck it's called. So. I once had a very nice design formula for the structure. I could link everything together at the rear, but I'm afraid I've forgotten it. Okay, so for recycling for now, we're just going to use a large smokestack because we're going to be generating quite a lot of steam. Not that it really matters. Like that for now. We can go. I know there was a formula for getting this right. It can't be a million because then you'd need like 10 of these to get kind of power. So I remember it being about 5 of these turbines to get power. Just build what we can and then we'll wait for more production. Okay, so we can start making nicer foods. For now, our farms are doing fine. I'm not going to interfere with that. We want to make what's it, fertilizer, but we're not going to worry about that yet. These still need to be dismantled. We have not unlocked tier 2 vehicles yet. No. So we're still hurry, 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 hurry. Okay, so that's where we're running into trouble. We'll just cheat this for a bit. Why aren't you going? Or are you stocked up? Okay, you're already stocked up. Okay, so now we can make organic fertilizer. Perfect. Which we're going to want to make. To make it... I'm going to probably want to make bread too. So where was that recycling building? Here it is, this thing. Produces, it takes wheat, produces fuel gas, and that we can basically probably use potatoes. As far as I'm aware, okay, actually our production of food is not really going very well at the moment. It's almost like we're barely keeping up here. So we're going to need more farms. Okay, but do we... Yeah, we've got the room. We can build 2 more farms here without problems. This is not in the way. It's supplying water. And it's got spare water if anything ever needs it, so... yeah, we don't want... Just want the farms. Because if I'm not mistaken, yeah, just here we start running out of water. So we want to install the tanks, but we don't want to install the water pumps just yet. Actually, we can do it fine for this one. As we go along, we'll build what we need to build. That should boost our food supply problem a bit. Can these make... They can make wheat. And let's swap these two over entirely to wheat production. Later on, if we want to make additional crops, we can still go ahead and swap these farms and change their production as needed. Right now, though, our power generation is not getting anywhere yet. Speaking of, now it looks like all the pipes are in the right direction. Excellent. Let me just save. Case of, unfortunately I'm in South Africa and we're having load shedding, so it's not uncommon for, and I mean yesterday we had power failure because every time they switch everything off and then switch everything back on, it blows some old piece of junk that was part of the system that no one's fixed in the last 20 or 30 years. So according to this, they're not going to load shed today, but play it by ear. I have to admit, South African power grid is less of a sound, robust piece of infrastructure and more like a piece of glass. A glass bowl filled with water on top of the top of Mount Everest. Well, actually Mount Everest is flat, so pick a peak with a nice sharp tip, put it there and it's just barely balancing. And everyone's praying it doesn't rain so it doesn't, fall over, and that's the end of it. Because yeah, that's pretty much sums up the current South African power grid. One's hair's breadth from just, oops, oh well. Yeah, our current production problem is wood, oddly enough. So we have plenty. Normally I have so much wood I don't know what to do with it, but this time around, not so much. Okay, and it's just barely receiving. So yeah, 5 was about right for the maximum output. And there's space for our vehicles to come in and out, so yeah, everything's working fine. Now we just gotta finish getting our food supply back up and running. Of course not. Where is this destination problem you're having trouble with? I don't understand why it wants to go there when it has to come here. Seriously telling me part of the reason we haven't been able to supply food is they've been trying to drop it off at the wrong place? Just so people don't, you know, starve to death. We did find, yes, we did find one. So we have a sawmill and we have a ship. Okay, let's start repairs. We should be able to deliver the necessary cargo. Should have access to iron ore here, and it should be within reach of my vehicles. They're just so busy with everything else, they haven't had a chance to. It's mainly moving rubber that's giving them the hiccup at the moment. Storage level 2, we're going to need that. Vehicle management level 2. Perfect. Because we need the upgraded trucks. They're not helping us at all here. What about you? Are you being... start loading cargo ship. Oops. I should actually tell it to do that. There was a quick way to upgrade, remember, so that was not it. Or wasn't there a quick way to upgrade, and that's why I was getting so confused. I know there was a faster way. There should be a faster way than this to do this, but I don't know it, unfortunately. Just want to improve our storage capacity for supplies. We'll worry about the rest later. Because right now we're doing fine. We're just not stockpiling enough resources, that's all. Okay, so how do we want to do this? That's the whole thing. Wood is just not keeping up here. And we're going to have to build that wood storage sooner enough. Why can't you reach? What destination do you need to go to? Well, where do you need to go? Alright, I'm officially confused. We got 3 vehicles with... Oh, now it finally freaking tells me. Why does it always want to do that? It gets stuck. We end up with a load food problem because it's stuck. Okay. Ah, does wheat go there? Alright. actually don't need this as much as I thought it would. These two farms are going to be responsible for wheat production. I'll get the boats working. It's fixed. Right now I'm just trying to solve my food production problem. Man, is this being annoying. Okay, fine. That one, shipyard. Construction parts 2. There we go. Everything's stockpiled and full. Power generation is stable. Right, that's what I wanted to upgrade. Well, then come back. So we can start stockpiling resources together, because we're going to need that. We're having wood trouble already, and I haven't even begun, so. Okay, we need to turn this wheat into bread. We're not going to get anywhere. I want to do this. Come on. Huh? But I just set the bloody recipe. That is super spectacularly annoying. No? Hoping I could run this pipe underneath, but that's not going to work. flow on these pipes? Yes, I think so. Just check the flow on these pipes first. Okay, no, it's fine. Pipes are flowing in the right direction and water is coming in. Alright, next step. Something tells me I'm not going to be producing enough grain, am I? Let's try that dance again. Yeah, I built these. Stuff is a bit too close. Alright, let's just go with 2, because these. How much does it need to take bread? 8. Yo, and this makes 16. It also makes 8, so one of these supplies 8 to 8 to 8. So. Then I gotta figure out how I'm going to run that. Oh, dear. I don't think I've left enough room again. Because you see, I need to run this way. What the hell are you getting that stupid idea from? Alright, then I don't have a choice in the matter. To just push everything forward a little bit. Will you fuck off? put this the right way around? Or does this store... Ah, but I've got the wrong containers. That answers that question. Eh? Where the living hell are you going? It's not even where I'm clicking. Why the hell it wants to go all the way around into there, I don't know. Okay. That should be fine. Why did it say 4 months of food when we have 3 farms producing plenty? Yet it's producing next to nothing. Yes, that is annoying. All of a sudden, out of the blue, despite everything has not changed, we're suddenly low on everything. Even though nothing has changed, we're still producing food just fine. Water reserves are still maxed out. I'm actually waiting until we can make, it's not organic fertilizer. Sorry, A. Fertilizer organic, yeah. For the moment we can only make organic fertilizer now. Not sure I want to make that just yet. Oh, and now we have steel production. That's going to be fun. If I'm not mistaken... Yeah, steel production... Oxygen, and we need wrought iron. Well, luckily the iron production is right here, so that's not going to be a problem. So it's blast furnace, and then it's an oxygenation. So basically it's just a duplicating of this system. Ah, perfect. Waste copper is used up. That'll free up space to produce our iron. Excellent. We're actually doing not too badly, despite the numerous amounts of times I've needed to cheat, but we're not actually doing as badly as I thought we would be. Also, we need to produce vehicle components level 2. Or does it just use standard vehicle parts for level 2 production? So it's under the impression we just finished level 2 vehicle. Oh no, we haven't gotten there yet. And we're still working on low pressure steam, food market, steel, construction level 3. Okay. Might as well do that food edict I thought wouldn't be worth anything, because obviously it is. now gas furnace tech, but we don't need it at the moment. So we're doing quite well, cheating the hell out of it here. With this and this. Why have you ceased production? Ah, fuel is full. Yeah, that's the only hiccup. Because we're not actually using any of these resources yet. But it's fine. They can just stagnate for now. We don't really need them desperately, so that's not a problem. Later in the next tier we're going to need them, but we don't need them now. What we need is organic fertilizer so we can get rid of the need to rest the fields, and that'll increase food production. Or produce fertilizer, but I want to produce synthetic fertilizer, which is there. Ammonia. Okay, that's still a little while away. We still need this to upgrade to our next tier of this, and recycling plants. But not too bad, I guess. Power generation, mechanical flywheels. I think we can only build one on each of these. Stuff it, let's try it. We're probably not going to have enough power generation to double it, but let's just try it, see what happens. Works, great. If it doesn't work, okay, it seems to be working, but that's because we're not actually using full power here at the moment. So most of the turbine power is going straight to battery storage. Later on we'll have to see if I run into a major block with this. Right, just watch. Alright, that's approximately 1 hour, and I don't want to keep you all watching the same thing for too long. I just hope you all enjoyed. I'm sorry we're still running into production problems. And this was Gareth from What You Call It Gaming. Have a great day. Goodbye.